Hello, 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 hello. Happy Christmas all. I hope everybody is doing well, has a great Christmas. We're running on into the last half an hour of game week 15 of FPL action. I'm feeling it a little bit after last night, but got my cup of tea. So that should very well get me through. We've got a few of you in here already. Hello boys, hello, hello, hello. How we doing? How we doing? Oh, I hope everyone has had a good Christmas day. I very much enjoyed myself. Um, but yeah, let's just roll straight into things. Take a quick look at the team. So, lining us up for this week, we have the likes of Martinez. That actually, I've taken a -4 this week. I've gone and taken myself a -4, and ended up bringing in Soufal a few days ago before the price rise. Then just to hear that apparently he's given well, he's not given birth, his wife's given birth. Congratulations to him, but now he may not be out. Well, he may be out for the Brighton game, which I was hoping to get him in for. But potato. You win some, you lose some in this case. We've got a couple of comments in already. Thank you for getting in the chat. So we've got, do you think Greenwood will start? I need to decide who to bench, Greenwood or Neto. It's a tough one because even when Greenwood has been starting, he's got very, very limited minutes. And even when he's been starting, he's not been doing much. Whereas Neto, he's going to start and has a potential to do something. So for me, I'd probably lean towards Neto. But that being said, Manchester United have an incredible Boxing Day record. I remember last year, they played really, really well on Boxing Day. Martial absolutely smashed it. So you never know, Greenwood could do well. But for me, I try to stay on the safe side. But I think Neto could be the one over Greenwood. But it's a close one. It's a close one because Greenwood I think has more potential. But Neto definitely likely to start against Spurs. Can Che Adams give me a late Christmas present against Fulham? You know what, Sam? I think he could. I really do think he could. Fulham side. To be fair, is it away? Let me know if is it away or is it at home? Because Fulham, when they go away from home, so if Southampton are at home, Fulham do actually set up their defensive structure quite well when they go away from home. And teams do find it, have been more recently finding it a bit more difficult to break the likes of Fulham down. But yeah, with Danny Ings out, that Cheltenham's going to start, so I could definitely see that happening. But yeah, as I was saying, I took a last minute -4 to bring in Soufal. News comes out, he's his wife's given birth, so one of them where he may not end up playing the Brighton game. Hopefully he plays the Southampton game because I do have Klein on the bench there who can cover for Soufal. Although, I've got Grealish and Martinez. So it's not nice having sort of, conflicting assets playing. But as long as I have someone coming on who can play, then it's not going to be the end of the world. Mate, I have Chilwell, Vestergaard and Lamptey, but they are all injured. Any suggestions or 2 free transfers? All interesting. I picked up yesterday that apparently Vestergaard got injured. That is rather unfortunate for me. My man there on the screen, Dallas, looks unbelievable. Although Leeds don't have a particularly good defence, they do play against Burnley. They've got 2 very good fixtures coming up, Burnley and West Brom, and they also have a pretty good double game week. So you can expect some attacking returns from Dallas as well. I think Dallas looks good. Obviously, I'd say Soufal over Dallas, but it's sort of all up in the air at the minute whether the guy's going to start. A very common move this week has been go from Chilwell to Robertson, so you could potentially look at that move. Like that. If you've got the money to do so. A lot of people have also been doing sort of Chilwell to Kurt Zouma, or what I did, similar-esque move. I didn't have Chilwell, but I had Zuma, and I wanted to get a bit of money. I brought in Dyer because he's got a decent few fixtures and got a pretty decent game week 19 as well. I'll definitely, depending on what your plans are for sort of double game week, if you've got a wild card, if you've not got a wild card to take you into that double game week, then definitely look at sort of some players who have got double game week fixtures, like Sufal, like Dallas, or even like Dyer, who's not got a double game week fixture, but they're playing against Sheffield, probably is the best. How does Cancelo sound? I forgot about Cancelo. I think Cancelo does sound very good, actually, considering we know that Kyle Walker is going to be out for at least 2, maybe 3 games. So therefore, he's definitely going to be starting in the next 2 games at least. The thing with Cancelo for me is it's a definite transfer waiting to happen. But I think for returns for the next couple of weeks, depending on your plans going forward, I think Cancelo does look like a very, very good option along with Diaz. And it's more of a kind of 1-for-1 swap for Chilwell. So maybe go for like Chilwell to Cancelo and Lamptey to Dallas. I think Lamptey, if you're going to sort of get rid of Lamptey or Vestergaard, definitely get rid of Lamptey. He looks like he's got a few more long-term kind of problems than Vestergaard, because Vestergaard will be straight back in that team as soon as he is fit, whereas Lamptey is going to have niggles and hamstring problems throughout the whole season. So yeah, I'd get Lamptey. And the thing with Chilwell is I have been hearing people say that he could potentially play this weekend, but I think as you've got the 2 free transfers, no need to take the risk. So someone like Cancelo and Dallas look like pretty good transfers. He's away from home. I think that actually benefits Southampton because Fulham will come out a little bit more and play their game, which will really help Southampton because they like to sort of quick counter attack. They play very high press football. So that should actually be a pretty interesting game. And yeah, I can definitely see Che Adams getting some kind of return. Maybe it'll just be an assist. You never know. You'd probably think Ward-Prowse would be on penalties now that Ings isn't there, but you never know. Che Adams could step up to the spot, and you could grab a penalty. Go coming in again. I have Dallas already. I was thinking Cancelo and Kyle Walker-Peters. I like Cancelo. I really do like Cancelo. I think maybe that is definitely one to go for. You've already got Dallas, so that's a great move. Let me know what sort of plans you have for the double game week. Have you got a wild card or anything? Because I think it's worth bringing players in, because if you've got Kyle Walker-Peters, that means you've got a double up on Southampton defence, and I'm not particularly keen on that, because mainly the Southampton defenders that have been doing well, it's been because of their attacking returns, not necessarily because of the clean sheets. When the clean sheets start to really kind of dry up, which they are slowly starting to do, and the attacking returns, because if you think about it, the amount of goals that Vestergaard has got and assists that the likes of Kyle Walker-Peters have got, it's going to slow down a bit, and so you could see a dry up of points. Going to free hit the double, okay, so you can focus a bit more in the next few game weeks. If you just one thing I would say is, if you just transfer Cancelo, do you have enough players? Can you play it? Because I do really like the idea of someone like Charlie Taylor coming in for game 16. You could even bring that transfer in now, because he does have a pretty decent. He's got. Actually, I don't know who have Burnley got. Burnley have got Leeds. Okay, it's not the best one to go for a clean sheet. But after come game 16, Charlie Taylor looks like a great option. Dallas is not going to start every game, but he is going to concede every game, right? I don't think they will concede every game. The teams they have been playing where they've conceded a lot of goals, the likes of Manchester United, the teams with the really high skilled players who can easily beat press, a team like Burnley who've not been scoring every single game, a teams like West Brom, they're going to be a lot closer or a lot more likely to keep clean sheets. I don't think it's unrealistic to think that Dallas x Leeds are going to keep a few more clean sheets this season, and if they were going to keep clean sheets, it would be against sides like Burnley, sides like West Brom, and yeah, as you said, he's not going to score every game, but in these games like Burnley game, like the West Brom game, it definitely increases his likelihood to score, because Leeds will be on the ball a lot more, he'll be getting forward a lot more, So I think he's a perfectly fine option. Has a double game week as well. And I think he's definitely not one to be overlooked, in my opinion. Should I buy Sufal or Stones? I think it depends how long term you're looking at. This game week, Sufal could potentially, and I want to say could potentially because, we actually really don't know whether he will play. He's just become a father, so congratulations to him. I've actually just brought him in as well from -4. And we've had it before where Bruno Fernandes has played straight away and Jamie Vardy has taken weeks off. So we really just don't know whether he's going to play this week or potentially even the week after. For a long-term transfer move, I've bought in Sufal so that I could have him for the double game week, which he will definitely play in unless you get some kind of injury or there's a COVID crisis. So that's fine by me. But yeah, if you're looking for a move this week, Stones looks good. Most likely going to play against West Brom. He's kind of been favouring Stones in the centre-back kind of partnership with Diaz. That being said, Stones as a kind of long-term move will definitely he will be rotated in and out of that squad quite often. So it's one where I'd expect him to play against West Brom, but if he doesn't, I wouldn't be particularly surprised. And then going forward after that, you can't be particularly surprised, or you can be disappointed, obviously, but it's going to happen where he will end up being rotated. Just a quick note: if you're new around here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Trying to push for that 200 mark, obviously. And let me know down in the comments who you're going to captain. Any last minute transfer moves, of course. We've got the captain on Salah this week, and I think for me, it's one of the easiest captaincies of the year. Salah at home to West Brom. If he blanks, then I think, the whole of the FPL community, pretty much all of the active FPL managers, especially ones who own Salah, will be blanking this week, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we can most likely expect that Salah will do something. I like having Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is about to receive a price drop. I think he's like minus 97% at the minute. So Kevin De Bruyne hopefully can pop off against Newcastle tonight. We've got Sonny Boy against Wolves. Wolves have been looking quite defensively poor so far this season. They've been looking reasonably poor this season in terms of defence and the solidarity at the back hasn't been too great. Not too great. Do let me know down in the comments any more moves that you're thinking of making. Bruno Fernandes against Leicester away. Manchester United have very, very good record on Boxing Day. As I mentioned before, I remember Martial last year. I actually brought in Pogba last year. Silly me. It's a bit of a differential pick. And he flopped, but I did have Martial in my team who ended up scoring a brace, I believe. So that, in the end, didn't do too well. I captained Pogba, silly. Why don't I? But I captained Martial, I've been absolutely flying. But yeah, then we've got, as I mentioned, Dallas, Sufal at the back. Hopefully Sufal does play. Dyer against Wolves. I know that Spurs of late haven't been doing too well defensively. They were looking really, really good in terms of clean sheets. For about 4 or 5 game weeks, or even 6, they kept clean sheets back to back. So they were looking good, but hopefully, they've only conceded 1 goal in the past few. So hopefully Spurs can have a bit of a resurgence, especially with the fixture they've got coming up, that they can keep a few more clean sheets. That comes in. Do you think Werner can score against Arsenal? I'm a little bit stuck with him. The thing with Werner is, you hear Chelsea fans say it all the time, your FPL managers say it all the time, he's due a haul. That's true, but it's something that's been very consistent throughout Werner's career, is that he's been given a lot, like he always gets loads of chances, and his conversion rate is something like 10 to 15% of chances. So it's no surprise that everyone's saying he's due a haul, because he does create space and get in a lot of really dangerous positions. He just doesn't. He's not the best actually at finishing those positions. But that being said, because he's getting himself in the positions, once he does find his finishing boots, he will absolutely smash it. Arsenal haven't been playing too well, so I definitely think that it's depending on who you're going to transfer him to, who you're going to sort of how to put it, whether you've got a minus, if you're minusing him out, 100% not worth it in my opinion. If you've got a free transfer, maybe look at someone like Martial. Martial got good fixtures coming up. As I said, Manchester United, very good record on Boxing Day. He's got a very good double game week 19. He also has really good fixtures going after that. So I think Martial is a very good long-term transfer, especially because I think he's a little bit cheaper than Werner as well. So you can free up a bit of money. So if you've got a free transfer, I'd be looking at going Werner to Martial. But mine, it is a pretty sideways move. So, if Werner does end up absolutely bagging and Martial banks, then you never know. But I think Martial, for a long-term move, looks pretty good. Back on for Coufal this week. Is that right? Are you playing a 3 at the back or a 4? Because if you're playing a 3 at the back, it'll be another one of your defenders who comes on, Bossman. But maybe Sam, you're playing a 4 at the back. So Berg will come in and bag for Coufal this week. I hope not in any way. But yeah, that would mean you'd have to be playing a 4 at the back. Otherwise, it would just be a defender from your bench that would come on. I'm pretty sure you've got a Lamptey as well, don't you? But yeah, still going through the team. We've covered the midfield and the defence. Quick look at the goalkeeper. I mean, Martinez are playing very well. Crystal Palace obviously just come off of a 7-0 defeat. They didn't have Christian Benteke, who's been, he's uprising on form. So I wouldn't actually necessarily expect Aston Villa to keep a clean sheet here. But realistically, I think the predictions that I did was actually a 2-2 for this game. So maybe Grealish can pop something. And in an ideal world, because I am a Palace fan, in an ideal world, what would happen is Martinez would save a pen that would then be scored on the rebound. That would be absolutely lovely. And then Grealish could score a goal. But the score would end up being 3-1 or something. That would be pretty nice. But yeah, I think, well, depending on whether, Klein does come off the bench, it could be better for me if Crystal Palace do end up getting a clean sheet. Which of the City defenders would you buy? I think Diaz, long-term pick. So if you're looking for a long-term defender, get Diaz in. But Cancelo looks like he will most definitely be starting the next 2 or 3 games. So he's got much better attacking returns, and he's a very good bonus point magnet as well. So if you're looking for some quick returns over the next few weeks, then Cancelo is most definitely the man for you. Yeah, let me know who you're captaining down below. I'm pretty sure most people will be on Salah this week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I always forget to do this. Let me update the chat there. Good to see everyone getting involved. Yeah, and as I said, going forward, we then have Bamford and Calvert-Lewin. I'm sort of looking my lips a little bit at those two going forward. It does look like it has, I look at that squad and I'm sure many people will be looking at their squads going into the Boxing Day fixtures, and they'll be looking and thinking, oh my, this could be a massive, massive week. We are now getting really close to the deadline, 5 minutes away. Any last minute move, do let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, you look at that team, as you probably did last week. The week before that, everyone was expecting massive hauls, De Bruyne against West Brom, so on, so on. And last week was a little bit more of a surprise. Everyone, to be fair, predicted that Bruno Fernandes was going to do well. Probably not as well as we thought as he actually did. And then Salah absolutely smashed it. So we had quite a few hauls, and it was a big scoring week last week. And you look at this week on paper, and you're thinking, oh my word, Salah against at home to West Brom, De Bruyne at home to Newcastle, so anybody can smash it away at Wolves. Leicester away, Bruno Fernandes got incredible away fixtures. Grealish playing against Palace, who have just shipped 7. Leeds, Burnley at home, could probably not the greatest attacking fixture, but the way Leeds play, they're gonna break them down. A very good defensive fixture for Leeds. Sheffield United away, Everton, Sheffield United have been awful this season. Could DCL go and bag? Obviously, Brighton at home is a nice fixture if Coufal does end up playing. Wolves away, Wolves, to be fair to them, do look like they can score, so I'm not necessarily expecting too much of a clean sheet there for Dyer, but maybe, hopefully, he's on a few free kicks, could get an attacking return. You do never know. let's quickly transition into the fixtures. Roll through some last minute kind of discussion points on the scores that we went for. I think Leicester United, we ended up going for 3-1 around there. I thought Leicester would score, but United would come away victorious. I think it's fair enough. Fulham Southampton ended up going for like a 1-0, I think, Southampton. I says, one last comment in, I need a defender for Chilwell or else I will just about in 10 men. I think, you know, you've got a few good options there. You've got Diaz, you've got Cancelo, you've probably got Kurt Zouma. I'm not going to tell you exactly sort of, you know, who to pick. I've just sort of discussed the best kind of the advantages and disadvantages of kind of both. Obviously, the Chilwell to Zouma moves keeps you a Chelsea defender for the long term for the double game week. The Cancelo move, obviously very good short term, and the Diaz move, very good long term for Manchester City. So all have their benefits. So yeah, just have a last 2-minute ponder to yourself. Out of those kind of three options, who you're going to go with? And I wouldn't, because they're all very good options. You know, for this game week especially, if one of them does better than the other ones, don't feel particularly disappointed, because, you know, it's all a kind of, you know, a 50-50 move. It's the decision you make. Just go with your gut in that moment, and hopefully it'll turn out well for you. Aston Villa Crystal Palace, we ended up going with a 2-2 for Aston Villa Crystal Palace. I think that's fair enough. There should be goals in this game. Arsenal Chelsea. I mean, Arsenal have been looking woeful this season. You know, never Boxing Day, but bit of Boxing Day magic. Arsenal could come out with a win. Very much doubt it though. You can see Chelsea winning this game, and probably with a clean sheet as well. Man City Newcastle. The way that Newcastle defended against Leeds, absolutely horrible. Conceded 5 goals. So, you know, Manchester City easily could come into this game and absolutely back. Hopefully Kevin De Bruyne does well. You know, of late, loads of people when they see Manchester City have been going like 4-5-0. The most common prediction, or the most common scoreline for Manchester City so far has actually been 1-0. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to go with a 1-0 Manchester City against Newcastle. Obviously, I'm hoping that Newcastle can grab a goal, although Callum Wilson is actually due to be out this week. Steve Bruce has come out and said that, you know, he doesn't know if he can play in 4 games in 10 to 12 days. Obviously, he still could play. But yeah, hopefully Newcastle can score to wipe that Manchester City clean sheet. Sheffield United Everton, we should see a victory for Everton here. Most likely along the lines of sort of a 2 or 3-0. Leeds Burnley. Obviously, I'm personally hoping for a clean sheet for Leeds. As we tick over, I think, into the last minute, I hope everyone has made their last minute decisions, last minute captaincies. I always do this. I always scat and like, oh, I can't do it anymore. But yeah, as you can see, that's my team on screen there. Pretty sure that is the team that I actually ended up submitting. Hopefully, hopefully I didn't accidentally change the captaincy. I don't think I've moved the captaincy, so should be good. Good luck to everybody. And let's roll through that. Hopefully Leeds 2-0 Burnley, West Ham probably 1-1 Brighton, Liverpool 3 or 4-0 West Brom, and Tottenham 1 or 2-0 against Wolves. I hope everybody does have a great week. Guy says, I went Cancelo. I always watch your stream before every game and keep up the work. Thank you very much, mate. I really do appreciate all the support in the comments down below. So I was waking up early for this Boxing Day fixture. I'm actually feeling okay. I'm not too worse for wear after last night. Had a bit to drink last night, but very much looking forward to this game week, and much love in the comments down below. I hope everyone does have a very, very good game week and does end up enjoying their Boxing Day. Obviously, as I always say, I hope you do well, but I hope I do better. Have a great week, guys, and I'll catch you very soon. In 2 days, I think on Sunday it might be, that we have another set of fixtures, so I'll be back on the stream very, very quickly. We scored 98 points last week. That is mental. I'm hoping for a big score this week as well. I ended up getting 84 last week, which, you know, it's a bit weird to be disappointed at 84, but when you see everyone around you getting close to 100, it's a little bit like, come on, man. So, but yeah, I hope everyone does have a great week. Thanks for joining me in the comments down below, and I'll catch you for the deadline stream in a couple of days. Adios.